Hello everybody, I am John Robbins, a lacrosse player here at Teal College. I am here with Becky Scroger, the head women's soccer coach. Talk today about their program and hi Becky, how you doing today?
Hi, good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing pretty well. Now, first thing I really want to ask is, what is your background getting to this your head coaching spot here at Teal? How long you've been here and your background before coming to Teal.
Yeah, so I've been at Teal 3 years now. I started out as an assistant coach at Washington Jefferson College, actually, and then I was an assistant coach at Bucknell University and Seton Hill University, and then I arrived at Teal and became the head coach here in August of 2017.
So in those last 4 years, how has your program evolved and really changed since you've gotten here since day one?
I think we've made a lot of really positive strides in terms of being much more competitive as a program. Definitely moving in the right direction. Last season we had a really good year. We had the most wins since 2014. We've worked really hard at changing the culture and building a positive and competitive culture, and the group that we've got right now has really contributed to that and really embraced that and that team first mentality. So really looking forward to this spring.
How good was it to see that hard work pay off in that season, winning 6 games and hitting that milestone of wins? What did that mean to you and the program?
It was really great to see the hard work of the girls, pay off, and that graduating group was an important part of that as well, and the returners that we have coming back. So I'm really excited to see how this year's returning group meshes with our freshmen coming in. But it was really great to see last year the seniors really commit to leaving the program in a better spot than they found it, and really seeing their hard work pay off.
And you mentioned earlier that your season is in the spring, which is not usual. It's in the fall because of COVID-19. How has COVID really changed the difficulties that you have preparing for a season and pushing your season back? How has that affected your program the last 8 months or so?
It's definitely been challenging. Being away from each other, being shut down was definitely a challenge for sure. But we found ways to support each other, stay connected. It's been, challenging this fall in terms of, limitations and restrictions, kind of changing the way that we do practices. So we've kind of had to adapt and be creative a little bit. But, the girls have responded really well. They've, stayed positive. They came in eager to play this fall, and the work ethic at practices has been really great so far. And, being responsible and doing their part to help keep the campus community safe. So really proud of the way that they've responded to that adversity.
One thing I've really noticed that you talk about hard work. Is that something you look for when you go out to search for recruits? And what other things do you look for when you try to build a program? Because in college you have to get recruits that really fit your program. What are you looking for when you go into high schools?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say that's one of the number one things that I look for is players that are going to come in and work hard for us, that are going to be good teammates, that are going to put the program first, put the team first. Players that are going to raise our level of play and competitiveness, and obviously represent us well both on the field and off the field as well.
So going with that, same thing, how would the freshmen really take in this year? Because it's hard. You expect to go into the fall and you're playing right away, but now the whole calendar shift. How are you going to be able to maybe in future years adjust them back to, oh, we're back in the fall again? How do you expect to do that in the future?
I think, it is certainly a unique year, and we're kind of looking at this fall as an opportunity to really get our freshmen settled in, since we do have such a good-sized freshman class, and a lot of them we hope to, make an impact on the field right away. So we're really using this semester to help us prepare for the spring and help them get adjusted to the college environment and, get us prepared for the spring season.
Now, what is the President's Athletic Conference, the conference we're in, let you do this fall, but preparing for the spring for this season? What have you been able to do?
So we've been practicing. We don't have games. Our games have been pushed to the spring, as you mentioned. We've been practicing a few times a week. We've also been doing optional lifts in the weight room, so really working a lot on fitness and technical work and practices.
So has the President's Athletic Conference really just stood their ground saying, oh, we're going in the spring? Is nothing really changed, or are you still uncertain on what the future is?
We have a spring schedule planned for the spring, a 10-game conference-only schedule. that is set to begin the weekend of March 13th. We're slated to start off with a home game against Geneva College that weekend, so we've got a 10-game schedule planned for the spring.
Well, that's nice to hear that there's actually something set in stone, when they're going to actually play games and when that's going to go off. What do you look most forward to when you're looking at the PAC schedule? What is the matchups that you really look forward to playing in?
I think there's a lot of games that the girls are really looking forward to. Going into, we had some close losses last year, so looking to get results this year. I think anyone on our schedule is a competitive game, but, we're looking to, go up against Bethany, Waynesburg, Chatham is always a great game. Lots of teams that, is going to be a competitive game this year.
Now, you mentioned all those schools. You also mentioned how you came from Bucknell and Seton Hill. What makes Teal special, and what's kept you around here in such an environment that is such a tight-knit one? What has really kept you here just besides that?
Well, I love Division III athletics. Even though I coached at other levels, I was a player myself at Division III, so it kind of has a special place in my heart. So I really believe in the philosophy of D3, and I think that Teal does a really great of providing a really well-rounded experience for our student athletes, and the close-knit community here really contributes to that, and I think really benefits student athletes in particular, just because you kind of have that built-in support system for you, and the support for our girls that I see every day from professors, faculty, just the campus community is really awesome to see.
That's awesome to hear. I mean, Teal's a special place. I've seen it so far. I mean, I'm only a first semester freshman. Being a lacrosse player, I see it a lot. I know a lot of friends that are on the women's soccer team. They see it, and it's an amazing thing to see. And what do you look forward to building in the future after this year, with it being such a weird year? What do you look forward to with, as you mentioned, a huge class of first-year players? Well, what do you expect to build?
Well, I'm really excited about what they're going to accomplish in the next 4 years. And as I said, we have a good-sized freshman class, but we also have a lot of talent in that class as well too. And we brought them in with the challenge of them really making their mark over the next 4 years. And as I said, we graduated a big senior class who did a lot for the program, and now it's this class's opportunity to do the same. And as I said, mesh with those returners and help us to continue to push forward. And they're really a group that's committed to putting in the work that's going to help us to continue to push forward as well. So I'm really excited to see what they can do. As I said, they've looked great in practices so far. The work ethic has been there. The positive attitude has been there. So it's really great to see, and I'm really optimistic about the spring and the years moving forward as well.
Well, that's awesome to hear. Thank you for sitting down with us, Becky. It was awesome to talk to you, and a great opportunity to really tell us about your program and the strides that you've made the last 4 seasons. So thank you for sitting down, and this is a great time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.